at 10, severe weather has hit our area tonight, bringing lightning strikes, down trees, and flash flooding. Right now, you're taking a look at viewer video. Of course, we'll have the latest on outages and closed roadways. But first, thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery. Right now, due to that incoming storms, according to Eversource, more than 15,000 customers have been affected, with Bristol seeing the biggest outages at more than 2,000 homes currently without power. So right now, let's get right over to meteorologist Sam Samperi with the latest. Sam, I was out there not too long ago. Not the best conditions to be driving in.
No, and it started really around 6:30, 7 o'clock here. And most of the severe weather, technically was supposed to be to our south and west. It was supposed to be more scattered about, but that's not what happened. This little cell actually spun up through the Hartford area, and we've had multiple warnings through Hartford County and up through Windham and Tolland County. Now, those severe thunderstorm warnings have expired, but what we are left with is residual and the flooding going on. So we still have flash flood warning across parts of the state until at least 11:15. This is just another live shot now. So the worst is over as far as the thunderstorms. We still got some pretty good rain going too as well. And again, just another way of showing you the flood warning. Now, 129 lightning strikes. It was incredible to see a couple of thousand lightning strikes per hour during the last few hours. So again, we really got whacked over the last 6 hours, and you could see getting 2 to 3 inches of rain in a very short period of time, rolling up again through the 84 corridor and now moving up through the Hartford area. And again, some storm reports. And this is a sample of some trees down in Southington, New Britain, and even up here in the Hartford area. And up in Windsor, this is the latest some report there. So here it is. And there are some storms back to the west. They're going to fall apart. They're not coming to us. So again, overnight, we'll wake up tomorrow morning with a little bit of sun, and temperatures will be averaging into the 70s overnight. Heat advisory has been reposted just for coastal Connecticut. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll talk about the differences, what it'll feel like between Hartford and New Haven. And not much, and we'll talk about the rest of the weekend and into next week. Annette?
Thank you, Sam. And right now we have a traffic alert in Bristol after this severe weather led to downed trees, utility poles, and wires across several roads in the city. Right now, Memorial Boulevard is closed on both sides between Main Street and Mellon Street. Bristol police say utility crews have also been notified of the power outages. We'll keep you updated as we continue to monitor those outages and closed roadways. We'll take a look. Tonight, a New Haven family is recovering after they were forced to jump from their burning home earlier today. You see that home there. Now, officials say that fire broke out just after noon today on Exchange Street. Now, here's what officials told our crews on scene about that family's brave act.
Point in time, we were advised that there was 4 people trapped in the building. A mother, a father, and 2 kids. They did jump from the building. The mother jumped and sustained a back injury. The father jumped with the child into a trampoline and got out safely. They've all been evaluated for precaution. Very heroic act on the father's part, getting those kids out and jumping onto the trampoline from the lower roof.
Very heroic. And we did hear from a relative of the family who told us that family is doing okay. Well, it's a celebration over in New Haven tonight, as today marks the 10th anniversary of New Haven's annual celebration of Puerto Rican culture. The Puerto Rican festival lasts 2 days, and tonight organizers held a concert to kick off the festivities. Fox 61's Kayla Cade was there and shows us all the fun.
It's a great time here at the festival. People are on the New Haven Green dancing and listening to music on the stage.
Just love energy. I love the Puerto Rican parade. I love the food. I love the culture, the personality, the energy, the vibe.
It's Julian Lynn's 3rd time coming to celebrate his culture on the New Haven Green.
Last year it was, because I came like the second day, not the first day, so it was more people and it was more funner. But I'm coming the second day too. I'm coming tomorrow too. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
Lynn came here with his friends and family. This year, the city is celebrating 10 years of the Puerto Rican Festival. It brings out thousands of people to have fun.
It means a lot because not a lot of the Puerto Rican people in general get celebrated. The people on the island, they don't get celebrated. Just a lot of Puerto Rican people in general don't get celebrated.
Many people wore red, blue, or white. and even carried their Puerto Rican flags.
No, we have to represent what we have, because at the end of the day, some people don't have like cultures, or they just they don't know how to represent it in a certain way. So I just feel like it's very special that Puerto Ricans come today and they come into a group and they represent their country.
At the festival, Christine Pacheco says everyone is like family.
This family is the biggest, and we support everybody that we can.
Lynn says you do not have to be Puerto Rican to join in on the festivities.
So you can live the culture, the experience, and have fun while you're at it.
The festival on Saturday will start at 1 p.m. and end at 9 p.m. In New Haven, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
One of two former employees of a Windsor Locks nursing home faced a judge for the first time today. He is charged in the death of a 93-year-old woman who was found outside in the snow in February. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules spoke to the victim's niece outside court.
Poppy Bebo has been charged with criminally negligent homicide in connection to the death of Margaret Healy. Healy's niece, who was in the courtroom, says she's thankful the wheels of justice have finally begun to turn for the family.
No one should wander outside in 0-degree weather with negative 15 wind chills when they've been entrusted to someone's care.
Claire Kindle was in the courtroom as Bebo faced a judge for the first time in the death of her aunt at a Windsor Locks nursing home. She says their family is thankful to see someone being held accountable for this tragedy.
The family is patient, and we will be there through every step of the way.
Back in February, investigators say Healy was able to leave the Bickford Healthcare Center through an unsecured back door just before 2 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures were around 0 that morning. Investigators say Healy was outside for more than 3 hours before a staff member found her lying face down in a snowbank. They say employees did not immediately call 911. Healy was eventually taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. Bebo, who was the shift supervisor at the time, was charged with criminally negligent homicide and tampering with physical evidence in her death. Prosecutors say Bebo also has several pending cases in Manchester.
That include other serious offenses, including sexual assault charges, risk of injury to minors, and illegal sexual contact with minor victims.
The prosecution requested Bebo be placed under intensive pretrial supervision, which is a high-level monitoring program for those awaiting trial. His attorney disagreed with the request, citing that his client has always been cooperative with police.
He's never missed a single court date. I don't think the restrictions are necessary.
The prosecution also requested that the court prevent Bebo from taking care of anyone as a part of his employment.
The state has serious concerns about his ability to care for others.
The judge granted that request.
So that includes an official nursing home, our nursing job, nursing home, that's home care.
The case will now be evaluated for Part A court, where the most serious cases in the state are tried. Kindle says although there is a long legal battle ahead, the family is prepared to fight for justice for Healy.
That's the least we can do, is to be there and show up and say, yes, we care, this is important, and it wasn't right.
Bebo is scheduled to appear back in court on September 3rd. Uchenna Obi, the other former nursing home employee charged in the case, is scheduled to appear in court for the first time on September 8th. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Tonight, there's a major breakthrough in two cold cases after Hamden police say they made arrests in deadly shootings that happened in 2020 and 2021. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson spoke with the family of one of the victims about the long journey it took to get to this one moment.
Kmart Tanner's family has learned to live this new normal without him, but they still want justice. This arrest brings those emotions back full circle. However, they believe they're one step closer to justice.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for your patience with me.
Valerie Tanner couldn't hold back tears as she thanked Hamden Police Department for its work on her son's case. The case went unsolved for 6 years, but now an arrest has finally been made.
I could go on all day about my son. I got stories from now and 30 years from now about him. But today, I would like to publicly thank those who supported me and my family during this unfortunate journey. And you guys never stop. Stop thinking about me. You're always there, and I appreciate that.
Police arrested 19-year-old Brian Backman in connection with Kmart Tanner's murder. Investigators say Backman was associated with a New Haven street gang called Stand on Business, and Backman and other members shot and killed Tanner after they mistook him for a member of a rival gang. Kmart's brother Ivory says he still remembers that day.
I spoke to him 15 minutes prior. He told me that he wanted to talk to me about something important, and I told him that I would see him back at my mother's house, which was where we were going. But unfortunately, 10 minutes after that conversation that I had with him, my mother got a call saying that he had been shot. When we got there, I kind of didn't believe it at first. You know, you kind of don't know what you'll think in that moment. But then it kind of became more real once I saw him laying on the ground, unfortunately.
He says the arrest will help his family move forward, but the work isn't done yet.
It's bittersweet, right, because, you know, there was an arrest made, but, you know, there's still a long road ahead. And, you know, there's still a lot of work to do, right? As Detective Litford said, the case just pushes into another part and another part of the investigation. So, you know, we're just continuing to stay positive, stay diligent, and just stay up in prayer.
Police also announced an arrest in the cold case murder of Jonquay Morrison, who was shot and killed outside of a motorcycle club in Hamden. The suspect, Curtis Cole, faces federal murder charges. Backman was one of 16 members of the Stand on Business gang arrested for violence in the city. Police have not confirmed if any of the other members were involved in Tanner's murder. In Hamden, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Right now, 2 Republican candidates are making one last push to represent the 5th Congressional District on ballots this November. Chris Shea is a former Navy SEAL and current lieutenant at the North Haven Fire Department. Jonathan DeBarros is a youth mentor who started a nonprofit to help at-risk children and comes after his own murder conviction was overturned and he was pardoned in 2022. Fox 61's Celine Arif spoke with both candidates about their fight to win the race in District 5.
Jonathan DeBarros and Chris Shea share the same party, but they have very different views on who should lead the 5th Congressional District. Chris Shea hopes voters consider his experience at the polls.
My resume of serving the country for 33 years in the military, serving my community as a paramedic and a firefighter for 25 plus years, as well as raising a family here right in the district, owning property here right in the district, running a business.
And Jonathan DeBarros says he wants people to focus on his dedication to winning over first-time voters.
If you're not going to campaign aggressively inside of urban communities to actually present your policy in a way that is going to resonate, to energize them to actually go to the polls to vote for the first time, you're never going to flip this district.
Shea says one of the biggest issues he wants to prioritize is the cost of living.
We got to get after the energy costs here in the state, you know, and the pipeline coming from Pennsylvania is a big deal. I would love to be in a position to put some pressure on getting that done and completed.
DeBarros says he'll focus on getting more people off government support.
I want to create a mandatory job training program for anyone that's currently enrolled on SNAP benefits, Section 8 housing, not for our seniors or people that are disabled, but able-bodied adults.
Shea says it won't be easy to take on the incumbent 4-term Congresswoman Jahana Hayes, but here's why he says he would be better at the challenge.
A couple things: real-world experience, an organization that's set up to beat her, the ability to raise money, which is going to be necessary to beat her.
We asked DeBarros the same thing. His response?
Jahana Hayes always had controlled opposition that she had to face with. People who were too timid, not assertive enough, didn't go into the communities that we need to actually win.
It's not too late to early vote if you want to. Polls are open tomorrow and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In Plymouth, Celine Arif, Fox 61.
And you just heard Celine, you only have 2 more days to either vote early or submit an absentee ballot ahead of Election Day, Tuesday. As of yesterday, more than 89,400 voters have already cast their ballots in person, and another 38,500 people have mailed in their ballots. The top 3 municipalities to vote early hasn't changed since early voting began, and that's West Hartford, Hamden, and Manchester. Remember, early voting ends this Sunday, and primary election day is Tuesday. To find your polling place and see that hour's location, or see the location hours for that location, you can head to fox61.com. And don't forget, Fox 61 is your home for election coverage. You can join us for live results and expert analysis on the races that matter. We'll have a live streaming special at 9 o'clock on election night, followed by full coverage during the Fox 61 News at 10.